Hello, welcome to Yoga-Pilates Fusion. I'm excited to teach this class, my two favorite movement practices, fusing in together to make a great exercise workout or meditative movement routine. So this class, we'll do some yoga, we'll do some Pilates. A couple blocks may help you for some of the standing yoga poses we do. I am sitting on a folded blanket. This blanket can also be helpful for you if you need to have knee cushion during things that we do on all fours. Other than that, you don't need any other props. So let's go ahead and get started. So finding a comfortable seat. Good. And I'm just going to kind of wiggle in. I'm finding a tall spine, ears, shoulders, and hips. I'm zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel, belly button in. Take a slight tuck in the chin. Good. Now, as you settle in, where could you soften just a little bit more? And come back to the thought that breath is important in both yoga and Pilates, finding that good expansion and having that core connection. So from here, let's inhale through the nose, expand the rib cage. As you exhale, could you draw up or in with the abs just a little bit more? Inhale and expand. Exhale, engage and release. One more time. Inhale, expand. Exhale, engage and release. Good. From here, let's prepare the spine. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, side bend to the left. Reach, reach, reach. Really press through that opposite side. Gaze is where you need it to be. And then you choose. Staying here, side bending deeper. You can always come out of something not working for you. Maybe you want to open towards the ceiling, feeling that nice stretch. Maybe you'd rather have a C curve roll. Belly button into the spine, forehead towards the knee, but not touching. Breathe and expand wherever you chose. And inhale and lengthen. Exhale, come back up. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, exhale, take that to the other side. Really pressing through that opposite side. Breathe and expand. And then you choose. You can stay here. You can come out. You can side bend deeper. You can open towards the ceiling. Or you can find that C curve roll. Find what works for you. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, coming up. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, rotate towards the left, arms down, rolling the shoulders back, maybe looking a little bit more behind you. Breathing and expanding. So remember, in a twist, you should always be able to expand the rib cage. If not, you might be too deep into a twist. Inhale and lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, take that to the other side. Rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. So we expand. We also don't want to crank through the low spine. Deeper twists come with practice, practice, and practice, not cranking through and forcing something to happen. Inhale and lift. Exhale, come to center. I'm going to take my arms forward. Good. We're going to go into a little bit of a body wave. So arms out, around, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. And then from here, coming back, arms to the side, palms up, hands to shoulders. We'll move those elbows forward and back here. Think about a separating of the shoulder blades and a closing of the shoulder blades when you come back. You can stay with this motion. You can go into some circles here. We're still nice and tall in the spine, so try not to sink in that slump asana. We'll reverse the circles. And then some of you will follow me into some chicken wings, elbows to the side, and just lower and lift. Good. All right, from here, when you're ready, let's go into tabletop position. So if you need knee cushion, this is where you're going to bring it in. Otherwise, I'm going to move my blanket out to the side. Good. This can also be done on the forearms as well. You can also lift yourself higher by taking forearms to blocks if you've got wrist issues or something like that. So just know that that is available. And then from here, my knees are going to come slightly wider than hip width apart because I do have some low back issues that like to flare up every now and then. Good. I'm spreading my fingers wide. I'm rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. My belly button's in. Inhale, shine that heart forward, tip that pelvis back. Nice cow pose. Exhaling around, mad cat. Inhale to lengthen, or not lengthen, but cow. Exhaling around. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Really press away in this cat. Good. And come back down the center. We're going to move into a child's pose now. So knees are going to come together. They can also be as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Arms will come long in front of you. Good. So I like my arms in front, not everybody's shoulders like that. So if that's your shoulders, you can take your hands back by the ankles and let them release. Forehead can come to the ground or the floor. I'm active here, so I'm zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. I'm expanding that rib cage. From here, I'm going to inhale, come forward. I'm going to move back to tabletop position. We're going to come into thread the needle. We'll do a few little flows here, little scoops before we come into the full thread the needle. So remember, in thread the needle, hips stay over the knees, belly button stays in, spine is long. Starting with right arm out to the side. Inhale, exhale, a little bit of a scoop. Press through the left side as you open. And we'll scoop, and we'll open. We'll scoop. We'll take this all the way through. Good. Now I'm taking my temple here. I'm moving my left hand a little bit more out to the left just to support that head so I don't get a crake in the neck. So a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about here. So I'm talking about this. This does not foster good energy movement. Clearly want a longer neck here. Good. From here, pressing through that left hand, coming back up. Good. Give yourself a little wiggle, wiggle, a cat-cow here. We'll go right into the other side. So from here, getting strong, left arm out, inhale, exhale, take a scoop. Inhale, open, exhale, scoop. Inhale, open, exhale, take it all the way through. Good. Long spine, long neck. I'm taking my right hand out a little bit here to help support that. Breathe and expand. Inhale, exhale, pressing through, coming all the way back up. Taking a couple cat-cows here. Good. From here, we're going to go into a downward facing dog. So if you're shorter like me, you're probably okay where you are. But if you're taller, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. Tucking toes. I'm pressing in and forward into my mat as I lift and shift. Good. So from here, hips, knees, toes, ankles are in alignment. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. I'm pressing in and forward into my hands into the mat. I'm still rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. My head and neck are free. My belly button is in. Shoulders in pockets. If you've got back issues, tight hamstrings, always keep a bend in the knees. Otherwise, maybe we lengthen. Maybe you want to keep moving through this bend and a stretch. Maybe you want to move through a walking dog, bending one knee, lengthening one leg. Maybe you want to come high on the toes and drop the heels. Find what you need. And then from here, we'll take stillness if you took some movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Good. Get into all four corners of the feet. I'm just going to dangle here for a moment. Good. From here, when you're ready, Inhale, pressing through the feet, lift and lengthen halfway. Come to thighs or shins if you can't touch the floor. Exhale, and we'll bow. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage to the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, and intention if you set one. And then from here, we're going to go right into some Pilates push-ups. So I'm going to come back towards the end of my mat here. We'll start parallel hip width apart. So hip, knees, and toes are going to track in that alignment. Good. From here, I'm going to take my arms up overhead so my ears and my biceps are in alignment. I'm rooting hip to heel into the floor. I'm zipping up through my front body. My knees are soft. I'm going to nod. So I'm trying to think about peeling down one vertebrae at a time. Now, the slower you go, the better it feels. It is hard. We don't want to just collapse and slam onto the floor. And then once you get down there, notice how you feel. Now, really get into the feet. Big toe, pinky toe mounds, inside, outside of the heel. Downward pressure from hip to heel, starting from the tailbone. Arms are going to stay by the ears. As you round, one vertebrae at a time. As you come all the way up, reach, reach, reach. Let's take a little back bend here. Good. We're going to do that again. This time we're going to walk it out into a plank. Inhale, exhale, really scoop. As you scoop and round, once you're okay with it, walk it out to your plank. High plank or knee down plank finds yours. Do we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Bending the knees or hinging from the hips. That'll be harder. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Stop the hips over the ankles if you can. Soft knees if you need to. Really root in from hip to heel. Good. And we're going to press through. Rounding all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. We'll open, open, open. Good. We're going to walk it out to a plank and 5 push-ups this time if you can. Inhale, exhale, scoop. And we'll round. Good. As you come down, take it out to the plank. You can hold another plank here, knees lifted or grounded. I'm going to ground my knees here today, and we're going to take 5 push-ups. Strong through the upper body, elbows straight back, halfway 1. Halfway 2, halfway 3, halfway 4, halfway 5. Remember, if one good one's all you can do, that is excellent. Don't beat yourself up about the rest. Find your plank, bend the knees or hinge from the hips, walk it back towards the feet. When you get hips over the ankles, really root in, and we're going to round and come all the way back up. Reach, reach, reach. Let's open, open, open. Good. I'm going to take a field trip to the top of my mat, and we're going to take a few sun salute A's here, coming back into yoga now. So feet closer together or hip width apart. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank pose. You choose, take or skip a flow. So some people will just down dog or child's pose here. I'm taking a modified flow here for this first one. Good. Once you found your down dog, check in with good form. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain and tension. Inhale when we lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. Any back bend works when you flow. Good, finding your down dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain intention. Good. We're going to flow back down as we come back into Pilates. So big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. Once you make your way to your downward facing dog, we're going to drop the knees down into tabletop. So if you need knee cushion here, we'll bring that back in. Good. From here, I'm going to spread my fingers wide. This can also be done on forearms as well. I'm going to take my right foot back. I'm going to press through big toe, pinky toe mound. I'm going to press back through that heel. Good. My right hip is going to drop a little bit. I have a micro bend in my elbows, and I'm pressing away from that floor. My belly button is in. Good. From here, I'm going to move forward. Maybe I lift that leg a little bit, maybe no higher than hip height. Maybe left arm comes forward here. Again, can you stay pressed away from the floor versus hanging in the shoulder? And we'll take that down. We'll take that to the other side. Left foot's going to come back. I'm pressing through big toe and pinky toe mound of that left foot. As I reach that heel, left hip's going to drop slightly. Breathe and expand. Good. From here, coming forward, a small lift or hip height. Maybe right arm comes forward here. Good. Press out of that floor. Good. And take that down. Good. So we're going to alternate that balance to each side. So right leg back, left arm forward, come down, other side. There's one set. 2 sets. There's 3. And there's 4. Good. At any time while we're down here doing this series, if you need to come back and decompress your wrists because they're, getting a little wristy, always take care of yourself and do that. Otherwise, we're going to come back here and we're going to get into some core and glute work a little bit more, and upper body too, because the upper body has to work to support you. So from here, I'm going to take my right leg back. My left arm's going to come forward. We're going to take 8 times rounding through center. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Bring that down. Other side. Find your length. Here we go. And we go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Take that back down. Good. Back leg's going to come back here. We're going to toe tap. You have some options. You can take a wider stance with the hands here for more stability. You can also take your left arm forward. Okay, so you can come back into that balance. So be where you need to be here. Good. And then from here, I'm going to tap, 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 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to lengthen. My left hand's going to come down. I'm turning toes, knees, and hips out to the side. Good. And I'm going to bend. 1. Drive through the heel and the glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. Take that back. I'm going to decompress here before I take that to the other side. And from the other side, I'm going to take that leg back. Good. So again, you can take it wider, or you can take this arm here. Good. The leg's going to point. Good. And we go 1, 2, 3, squeeze, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My hand's going to come down, toes, knees, and hips are going to turn out to the left, and now I'm going to bend for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take that down, child's pose, decompress. Whew. We're going to make our way back to standing here, doing some more yoga. So from here, coming forward, good, all fours, tuck the toes, lift and shift back to your downward facing dog. Maybe you want to walk the dog a little bit here. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. All right, we're going to flow back into warrior 2. This will also include exalted warrior, a humble warrior position, and triangle. So I would have your block for the side starting on your left side. So from here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, low bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose. Take or skip your flow. Any version. Good. From your down dog when you're ready, left leg's going to lift 3-point. Let's bend that knee. Let's open to the left. Strong, even upper body here. And then from here, as I bring the hips and the knees back even with the floor, I'm really going to engage those abs. I'm going to round, step, or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. Use blocks here for stability if you need to. As you warrior prep your back foot heel to arch, or taking the right leg out wider. Once you feel stable, get into that front heel, get into the back edge of the foot. We're going to rise, and we'll open into warrior 2. So rolling the shoulders back. Good. Look down or hip, knee, and toe facing forward. Good. You should also be able to see that toe. Take that foot more forward if you can't. Front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward to allow that knee to track towards the pinky toe just a little bit better. I'm pressing through the outer edge of that back foot. I'm breathing, and I'm breathing. You can keep the knee bent for more challenge, or you can lengthen it here as we take it back exalted. I'm rooting my feet into this mat. It's helping me with my balance. Good. Inhale, exhale, find warrior 2. Watch your front knee. Good. Coming into humble warrior variation, I'm going to take my arms forward. Good. I'm going to hinge forward, and I'm taking this down. Now, as I'm going to come to the floor. Those of you that want more challenge can be right here, but I'm going to take my hands down. For some of us, this is going to be enough. Others will come to the forearms or closer to that. Watch this front knee over behind the ankle. Can you still think about that front hip coming back just a smidge? I'm still anchored to the back edge of the back foot. I'm breathing and expanding. And then from here, when you're ready, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to walk it in. I'm rooting into my feet. Use your block to help you for stability if you need to. And I'm coming back, warrior 2. I'm going to lengthen that front leg. Come back, exalted. Reach, reach, reach. Root, root, root. Come back to an intention if you set one for your yoga. Good. Inhale, exhale, coming up. Good. So I'm just going to stay up here. We're going to come into triangle. Now I'm going to make a little bit of an alignment change here. I'm going to take my right foot a little bit more heel to arch alignment. Some people like shorter, some people like wider. So find what works for you. And you might not know yet, and that's okay. So from here, left arm comes forward. Hip, knee, and toe of that left leg are facing forward. My back foot is angled in. Hip comes forward. Back hip comes forward. Front hip comes back. Root. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Keep softness in that front knee. When you can come no more with a long spine, come to a thigh, a shin, a block the floor, and we're going to open up. Reach, reach, reach. Good. When you're ready, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee, I'm going to take my hands down here. I'm going to swivel up the back foot. Front foot is going to step back. You choose, take or skip a float. So I'm coming back to my modified. Good. And then from here, taking it back to down dog. Good. So while you're in the down dog, I'm just going to switch sides here so my rear end is not to the camera. From your down dog, right leg's going to lift 3-point here, bending that knee, and we'll open to the right. Strong, even upper body. Shoulders staying in their pockets. And then from here, as we come back in, hips and knee are going to come back even to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, round. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Use blocks for stability if you need to as you warrior prep. Heel to arch, or left leg can come out a little bit wider for more stability. Find what you need. And then getting into the back edge of the back foot, getting into the front heel. We're going to lift and we're going to open warrior two. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Hip, knee, and toe track here. Zip up through that front body. From here, when you're ready, keeping a bend in the front knee for more challenge, or you can lengthen it as you come back into exalted here. I'm rooting my feet in. I'm reaching, reaching, reaching. Good. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior two. We're going to go into that humble challenge. So I'm going to take my arms forward. They're right in line with the sternum. I'm pressing through the back edge of the back foot. I'm going to hinge here. So remember, some of you might be right here for a little bit more challenge. Maybe hands come down. Maybe forearms come down. We're still watching this front knee over behind the ankle. And notice or remember how all of these feel to you on one side versus the other. They might feel different. They might feel the same. They might be a big difference. And then when you're ready, inhale, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to walk my hands back in. I'm rooting through the back edge of the back foot. I'm getting into my front heel. I'm finding warrior two. I'm lengthening that front leg. I'm coming back exalted. Reach, reach, reach. Good. And when you're ready, we'll take that up. We're going to prepare for triangle on this side now. So find an alignment that's appropriate for you. I'm going to get alignment for me on this side. So again, you might be shorter, you might be wider, you might be heel to heel, you might be heel to arch. From here, rooting in. Front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. My front knee's going to be soft. I'm pressing through the back edge. I'm lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. When I can come no more, hand comes to thigh, shin, a block or the floor. Remember, your block has 3 different heights for you to use. And opening up. Good. And whenever you're ready, we'll look down at that front foot. We'll put a bend in that front knee. We're going to take our hands around that front foot. We'll swivel up the back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. Good. And then when you're ready, once you've flowed and you're back in down dog, take a moment here to reconnect. Reconnect to your breath. Reconnect to this movement practice. And then I'm going to drop my knees. I'm going to cross my ankles and I'm going to come back to a seat. Now, that might not be the best way for you to get to a seat, and that's okay. We do what we can. We don't worry about the rest. Good. So I'm just kind of crawling up a little bit, so I'm a little bit more centered on my mat. So we're going to go into some boat poses from here. So from here, you can hold behind the thighs. You can have tiptoes. You can have a small hover. You can come anywhere into the tabletop position. Notice how my back is long. I'm not slumping there. Legs can be long. You can also release. I'm breathing even though I'm holding. Belly button is up and in nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale, I'm going to cross at the ankles. I'm just going to come forward and reach here. Coming back. Good. We're going to do that again. This time we're going to do anchored boat because we'll come into some teaser preps from there. So I'm going to take my hands behind, and don't worry so much what your fingers are doing. You'll see pictures always doing it this way. That's not always good or comfortable for everybody's shoulders or elbows. So you be your own judge. You take them, take your elbows where you need to take them here. Good. Now we do want to roll the shoulders back, and we do want to keep a long spine here. So be mindful of that. So find your little boat. Find it where you can find it. I'm breathing. I'm expanding. My back is long. Good. From here, I'm going to put a bend in the knees. I'm going to lengthen, come down, and bring that back up. And 2, and 3, and 4. Stay with those or long lever lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo. I'm going to take that forward. I'm going to hinge forward. And then we're going to set up. So some of you are going to come back into a boat because rolling like a ball is not a good idea for your back. Those of you that can roll like a ball will follow me. You can have legs crossed or not. And then you want to curve the spine. And we'll rock up, maybe balance for 1. 2, careful not to roll in the neck. 3, 4, 1 more. And 5, coming all the way back up. Take your legs long in front of you. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Soft knees if you're tight in the back body. Breathe and expand. Good, and we'll come up. Good. I'm going to turn and face you now because that is a little bit better to demo with what we're going to do. And I'm going to actually bring my blanket back in here to sit on as well. So it just helps my hips just a little bit more. Good. So from here, I've got my legs forward. I'm going to open them about hip width apart or slightly wider. Good. We're going to come into some side bends, twist, and then saw. So from here, let's take the arms out to the side. Big inhale. Think about really squeezing low rib cage and the top of the hips together. Then come over here. I'm reaching and to the other side. This is a nice, more gentler one, especially if you are someone who's moving through and needs some support. Hips stay grounded. And then those that want more challenge, hands behind the head, elbows out to the side, shoulders relax, and you can side bend here. Good. And one more time to each side. Good. Going into twist, I'm going to keep my hands here. I'm going to have everybody take your hands behind the head. And from here, I'm just going to inhale. I'm going to twist to the right and then twist to the left. Inhale, center, exhale on the twist. Hips stay grounded here as well. Good. And then from here, we're going to go into the saw. So my arms are going to come out to the side. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to round. I'm going to reach. My backhand reaches back too. I'm trying to solve the pinky toe off with the pinky finger. Both hips stay grounded. And then I'm going to come back up and rotate and round. So try not to do a bounce here. Try to just reach, come back up, rotate, round, come back up, rotate, round. We'll do one more of those to each side, rotate and round. And come back up, last saw, rotate and round. And coming back up, wide leg forward fold here. So I'm going to come into an anterior tilt of the pelvis. So tailbone rocks back, hip bones rock forward. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Come to your limit before you take your hands down. Breathe and expand. Remember, soft knees if you're tight in the back body. Now, I personally, for me, like my hands forward and eventually letting my body sink in from there. Other people like to take the shins, the ankles, or yogi toe or the foot. There's nothing wrong with that if that's where you want to go. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale, walk that back up. Good. Coming into a little twist. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, I'm going to rotate toward my left leg. I'm going to fold over that left leg. Breathe and expand into that back body. I'm rooting through this other side and I'm reaching. Good. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to walk back up from there, coming back center. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, I'm going to rotate towards my right. Fold to the right. I'm anchoring and reaching through my left side. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, we'll carefully come up out of there. Good. I'm going to take my peace fingers behind my knees, bring them in. We're going to come onto our backs now for some supine work. Good. So from here, just making sure that my space is clear. I'm going to come all the way down here. Good. Bringing the knees into the chest. I'm going to rock, rock, rock for a moment. We're going to come to 2 basic bridges. So I'm going to take my feet down. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track here. Heels are not too close into the glutes, but they're not too far away. I'm going to roll my shoulders under. And I'm thinking about lengthening from crown to tail. I'm reaching from shoulder to fingertips. Inhale, exhale, pressing evenly into both feet. We're going to lift up into that bridge. Notice the knees. Did they fall out? Did they fall in? Try to keep them in line with the hips. Always remembering too, your body will let you know when you should not come up any higher. And lower that down. Good. I'm going to wiggle, wiggle for a moment. You're free to bring your knees into your chest. We're going to do one more of those. So from here, big inhale. Exhale, rock the pelvis back. Peel up one vertebra at a time. Lift, lift, lift. And slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Good. We're going to bring our knees into the chest here. Rock, rock, rock. Good. We're going to prepare to go back into some more Pilates work. We're going to come into some chest lifts and go into the series of 5 from there. So feet are on the ground. Arms are going to come up. Big inhale. Exhale, nod the chin. I'm going to reach, reach, reach. I'm lifting, lifting, lifting. My gaze is right to my mid-thigh. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. From here, knees and tabletop. One knee at a time. Knees over hip, shins parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, C, curve it up. Reach, reach, reach. Gaze is right to the thighs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. If you need to lower the feet down, that's fine. We're going to go right into series of 5 here. Single leg stretch. Inhale. Exhale, take that C curve up. Right knee comes in. Left leg is long and low. I'm pulling. I'm reaching. And we go. And 2. And 3. Hips stay even. 4. Take a break or 5. 6. Take a break or go 7. 8. Take a break or go 9. And 10. Good. Bring it in. Bring it down. Legs up towards the ceiling. Single straight leg stretch. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, C curve. I'm going to come behind that left leg. Right leg's going to come long and low in a hover. And from here, I'm going to pull, switch. 2, 3, 4. Take a break or go 5. 6. Take a break or go 7. 8. Take a break or go 9. Or 10. Woo. Bringing the knees in. Lower down for a short rest. Knees will stay into the chest. Inhale. Exhale, I'm going to lift up my chest now, double leg stretch. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, watch safe neutral, 3, 4, take a break or go 5, 6, 7, woo, maybe we could go to 8, take a break. Could you go 9? Could you go 10? Taking that down, wiggle, 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 whew. Gently take head and neck from side to side now. Double straight leg stretch. Legs are going to come up towards the ceiling. Upper body can be grounded. We're going to see curve. You choose where you want to practice. I'm going to keep my upper body grounded on this one. Rolling my shoulders back. I'm in safe neutral. Legs are going to reach and they're going to lower and lift for 1, 2, watch the low back. 3, if it arches, don't go as low. 4, take a break or go 5. 6, stay with the breath, take a break or go 7. 8, break or go 9. And 10. Woo. Bringing those knees in, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Criss-cross, you can do this with feet grounded and just lift the upper body and rotate, or you can take your legs with you. Legs are doing the same thing they do in single leg stretch. Hands behind the head. Elbows are out wide, but maybe not necessarily their widest. You're leading with the shoulder. From here, inhale. Exhale, come up to the right and left. And 2. And 3, hips stay grounded. 4, take a break or go 5. 6, break or go 7. 8, break or go 9. Or 10. Whew. Bringing that back down, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to go into a twisty from here, basic tabletop twist. So arms are out to the side, knees are over hips, shins parallel to the floor. Big inhale, exhale, I'm going to take those knees over to the right. Good. Trying to keep left shoulder grounded. Now, sometimes this front knee comes back a little bit. Sometimes we can take that hip a little bit more forward. Other times we cannot. So be mindful of that. Maybe looking to your left for full spinal twist. Breathe and expand that rib cage. And inhale, exhale, head back to center. One leg back at a time, or using your abs to bring the knees back. Do a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here to reset. Good. From here, reset your form. Knees over hips, shins parallel to the floor. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to take this over to the left. Good. Maybe right shoulder can stay grounded, looking to the right. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, head back to center, one leg at a time, or using both knees, or using the abs to bring both knees back in, and we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. We're going to come into a figure 4. So I'm going to take both feet down. Good. I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee. You can press into that right thigh. For some people, that's all you need. Others are going to bring this in closer. I like to kind of support my knee and my foot here. Other people like to come through with that thigh. Either one is fine as long as it works for your body. Maybe you want to find a wiggle, wiggle here. And whenever you're ready, we'll take that back down. We'll carefully undo, wiggle, 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 and we'll take that to the other side. So left ankle comes over the right knee. You can just press into that thigh and stay there. Or maybe you're bringing it in closer to the chest. You can support the knee and the foot, or you can take the hands behind that thigh. You choose. Good. And then whenever you're ready, I'm going to carefully Carefully take this down. I'm going to reach actually for one of my blocks. Now I'm going to come into a supported shoulder stand here. So if you've got something going on back here and harder pressure is not good for you, don't bring your block in. You're going to be fine where you are. But if you have a block and you want a little bit more elevation, I recommend this setting, the ranch house setting or townhouse setting here, just so that you have both hip bones and the tailbone that are supported. Really here, only the tailbone is supported, and you really want all three to be supported. So I'm going to lift up here. Good. And I'm just going to take that block right under my tailbone. You can do the same if it's okay for you. Now, that being said, you know, if you like this supported bridge and you just want to stay here with your feet on the ground, that's okay too. Otherwise, I'm going to bend in one knee, take one leg up at a time. I'm just going to be here for a moment. And while I'm here, maybe pointing and flexing through the feet. Maybe rolling the ankles in one direction. And then the other. Maybe you want stillness. And this is a great one to do after a long car ride or a long plane trip. Or if you have a job where you're on your feet all day, this is a great one to do to kind of reverse that blood flow. If you tend to carry fluid in the lower legs around the ankles, you might feel a whoosh as that fluid comes back down. And then from here, when you're ready, carefully bending the knees, maybe 1 foot at a time, comes back to the floor. I'm going to press into my feet as I lift my hips, remove my block. And we're going to come into relaxation or Shavasana. So I'm going to bring my blanket in here. It also becomes a nice little neck pillow here. You can take everything long and flop open, or you can bend in the knees. You can be on your side. You can be on your belly. Be where you can find a little bit of relaxation, and then see from where you choose, could you make yourself about 10% more comfortable there? And I'll leave you here for a few moments, practicing stillness. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness, or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness, or invite movement of the fingers and the toes. Choosing stillness, or maybe taking one knee at a time into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body lowered, or maybe you want to tuck that chin, lifting the upper body into a full body hug. And choosing stillness, moving any props out of the way if you used any during your Shavasana or relaxation time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, And reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch. Point and flex through feet. Bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bend in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Knowing you can stay down here as long as you need to. Whenever you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat, whatever that would look like for you. Maybe where we started, maybe something different. Good. Fingertips to the side, we're nice and tall. Notice how you feel now versus when we started. Hopefully a little bit better. Inhale, take the arms up, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. So we'll do a yoga closing here. We'll take our thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, or week ahead. Namaste.